Hello. Today I will be doing a video on Blood Red Sky. A plane from Europe gets hijacked by a group of terrorists. Little do the passengers know something more sinister is also on board. The trailer was very promising, and I was very much looking forward to this. Unfortunately, this ended up being very disappointing. I couldn't put my finger on why I wasn't invested in this movie. I'm an hour in and I still don't care about these characters or what they're going through or the plot. I'm waiting and hoping for it to get better, but it's not. Then it dawned on me 70 minutes in that the movie takes itself way too seriously. This would have been the perfect setup for a horror comedy or morbid humor. Instead, it tries to be something it's not, and therefore it's boring. It was a rough sit. Not to bash the film completely, I will say I did like the opening scene and the hijacking scene and how these men were able to take control over the plane, but that was very short lived, maybe 2 minutes out of the whole 2 hours. There was one person who was the lone psychopath who was hell bent on hurting anyone in his path. And I usually like characters like this. They're entertaining because they're unpredictable and unhinged, but this guy was way too over the top. They tried way too hard to make him seem crazy in a serious way instead of having fun with itself. It would work if the movie itself wasn't trying so hard to be a serious horror movie, and I have to repeat myself on this specifically because that's what made this unbearable. A concept like this is already zany, but could work in a darker tone, but the writing needs to be top notch. The performances need to be excellent. Everything needs to be on point, which is why the movie The Descent from 2006 worked well. The acting in this, specifically from the mother who turns into this creature, was goofy. Every time she bared her teeth, the teeth looked fake. If you want to be taken seriously, the prosthetics need to be realistic. The vampire teeth that she had were obviously plastic and it was very distracting. Also, the movie was way too long. I hit the 72 mark and it felt like this should be ending in the next 20 minutes, but I saw that we still had another 45 minutes left. It got worse after that. Zero scares or thrills. I still didn't care about anyone in this movie. It felt like one big blur. A lot of people like to bash on the 2008 Quarantine remake, but even that movie did a better job at conveying any emotion out of me. I feel bad for ripping this apart. I will say the actors seem to be committed to giving the best performance they could possibly give. The filmmaking wasn't lazy, it looked like they put a lot of thought into it. It's well put together, but just didn't do anything for me. It didn't need to be 2 hours. It really did not. And I give this a 1 out of 10 because I did kind of like the very opening and some of the hijack sequences, but again, that takes up less than 5 minutes of the 2 hour runtime.